Welcome to Chasing Focus on my very first video. This channel is all about my journey to grow as a photographer. I bought my first camera when I was about 10 years old. It was a little 110 film camera I bought from Kmart. Later I worked as a Navy photojournalist in the late 80s and early 90s. Back then my camera was a Nichromat FTN, which I picked up around 1990. After stepping away from photography for a while, I recently picked it up again with a Nikon D7100. My equipment is pretty basic as I try to relearn my hobby. I'm using just two lenses, a Nikon Micro 105 and a Nikon 18-105. This is also my first time processing photos on a computer. I'm shooting raw images and I'm using Nikon ZenX Studio, so I'm learning editing alongside my new camera. My goal here is simple: to share my photos, talk about how I took them, what I like, what I think I could do better, and most importantly, to learn from your comments and suggestions. Today I've got 3 photos to show you. They were all taken early in the morning with my Micro 105 lens. These are my very first attempts at macro photography. The first photo was shot at ISO 100, 1/25th of a second, and f4.5. At first I liked the green leaf in front, but in the final image it feels more distracting than helpful. I'm also not thrilled with the background, but honestly I wasn't paying attention to it at the time. In post I added a little contrast and saturation, but I didn't crop it at all. The second photo was shot at ISO 640, 1/1000th of a second, and f7.1. This one is heavily cropped. My goal is to capture one of these in flight, so I'll be going back for more tries. In post, besides cropping, I darkened it, added a little saturation and contrast, and turned up the highlight protection. The third and final photo was shot at ISO 100, 1/50th of a second, and f8. I managed to get this millipede in focus, though the concrete sidewalk wasn't the most flattering backdrop. In post, I brightened the image, added some contrast, and cropped it slightly. I wouldn't say any of these are examples of my best work, but for my first attempt at macro, I'm pretty happy just learning and experimenting. That's it for today. I would really love your feedback, especially how I can improve. Of course, telling me to give it up and go back to driving a truck might not be the most helpful advice, but constructive criticism is always welcome. So please comment, share, and subscribe if you'd like to follow my progress. I walk about 6 miles every day with my camera, and I'll read every comment and put your suggestions into practice if I can. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me again for my next batch of photos.